Hi, I'm Kristen Cedarstrom, and this is my narration of Makerspaces. In our preschool, we use monthly themes that break down weekly and daily. We use this as a center focus, but are not committed to it wholly. We will deviate from it as the interests of the children guide the conversation. This has been my preference for decades. Each element of our learning environment was impacted by the curiosities of a young learner. One of my favorite learning places we developed, created, and still use today, all these years later, is our hiking trail. I have always enjoyed camping from the time I was a young child, so as a mother with 5 children, camping was still my favorite vacation. Often with the young children, they talk about vacations and what they do during circle time or preschool time and in group social settings. When they ask me about my vacation, I tell them about the camping, the fishing, the playground, the campsite, the hiking trails, the wiggly rocks under my feet, the green trees, the bark on the ground that crackles, the grass, the twigs snapping under my feet, stepping stones and small bridges. These are all fun memories for me from my childhood and even as a mom. The young children would ask me to tell stories of hiking trails and the critters that I would see along the way. And I would use my Apple TV and iPads to watch hiking videos to see what other hiking places look like, to compare a hiking trail in the desert compared to that done in the mountains. From these stories, a young boy named Jack convinced his parents to go hiking near his house. And he loved the rocks and the dusty trail, the dried out bushes, and the people that he met. Jack shared these stories with his peers during our community time, and how he went hiking without camping, and it was so much fun. I had shared with parents local riparian reserves and hiking trails in our community, and some of the parents had gone on them, and Jack's parents are one of them. The young learners pretend to go on hikes during recess, and they would borrow the brooms and they would use them as hiking sticks and hike throughout the recess yard. The recess yard here is a ½ acre. And it's a lot of hiking space for 2 to 5-year-olds to pretend to go exploring, to pretend that they are visiting pirates. And the stories that came out of it and the curiosities of the kids was fantastic as a learner and as an educator. So these hikes led to further conversations about being healthy and safe and using sunblock and hats. And we would talk about sun safety and drinking water to make sure we are safe enough and enjoying the hike. What do you eat when you are camping? What was nutrition and sleep and proper clothing for a hike? These were in-depth conversations for the young learners. I just let them ask and contemplate and what they were discovering and what they were finding out for themselves. After a few weeks of hiking and camping and exploring, a few of the children had not gone on a real hike yet, and they with their families. And I did let the parents know that there were some free sites they could go to, and just parents that were busy and overscheduled, and some parents had no interest in hiking. They just did not want to take a walk and corral their kids. And the children let me know that this is a serious problem. Not everyone got a chance to go hiking, and we needed a hiking trail so that our friends could go hiking. So this was a serious concern for our preschool. I paused to hear out their request, and they continued to explain how great it would be if they could have a hiking trail, and they would love it. After the choir of pleases, can you, I told them that if they wanted a hiking trail, I will get the things that we needed, and I would need a list. So who would be experienced to have a list for me? They were all so eager to help with their ideas. So I sat down and asked them to tell me everything that they think that they would like in their hiking trail and everything that they wanted. And their list included dirt, rocks, different sizes to climb on and to decorate and to move, some to walk on, some to color, and some to put in places throughout the yard, not just on the hiking trail. They wanted the trees to be a part of the hiking trail, and that was a really important aspect for them because some trails have shade. Some of the hikers from the YouTube videos shared pictures of their campsites. So soon we had to put in a campsite too for making pretend fires and s'mores and other foods that you eat when you're camping. Once the ideas were all drawn out on paper, we had to make the site ready for the trail. The kids helped to pick the site for the trail. It was under the trees along the back wall. The kids helped to move the wood chips away from the hill near the back wall. They let me know they were ready for the rocks and other things, and I got loads of rocks from people in the community. I took many loads into the backyard. There were several times I thought we were done. I really thought we were done with the loads of rocks, but nope. The kids let me know, still not enough. So I remember that once we got everything on the list, they were thrilled and walked the trail all through the recess. Then went on adventures to distant places using the hiking trail like magical places with pirates and treasure maps, dragons with rock scales on their back, and rock bridges by the ocean. We had several videos with huge pine cones and nuts and insects. Thank you to YouTube. When I was fortunate enough to find natural mixed materials like cut tree slices, smaller rocks, pine cones, even solar lanterns that looked like a pitchfork, a new element and game would emerge. The space we already had, using a different viewpoint, gave us, the children, a new aspect to their play, allowing them to be creative, supporting their play and their curiosities. The Apple TV and iPad were great resources to introduce new material elements and in collecting natural items that have been posted online for sale or, best case, for free. Now I'm going to walk you over to our hiking trail, and so this is our hiking trail. We took all of this out, we, meaning Miss Chris and the preschoolers, with our wheelbarrows and our rakes, and we took all this out, and can you see these rocks? The children have twine and cardboard pieces and pine cones and smaller rocks and tree slices, and we have, can you see that? Painted rocks that we've done, and tree stumps and wicker seats and rocks to sit on and to jump between. Painted rocks over here, and this is our campsite. We are getting ready to go on another adventure tomorrow, and we're going to have our powwow right here. You can see the boys, well, the preschoolers, put those together as we continue along through here, and the scales and more rocks to discover and pass to build. And here's our beach, and our path comes through here, and more logs and rocks. And this has been a big part of our recess yard, our imagination, and making spaces for the kids to be free to discover things. And we have piles of pallets and wood for the kids to create, and old things to mix up. It's a wonderful aspect to your play.